seems to happen to me each and every time.
Okay, what I'm trying to do here is trying to find music for the Mr. Olympia. And I guess the most important aspect of anyone's posing routine is the music. The music is the statement, and I just happen to be the performer in the show, but I think most often than not, a lot of times, a lot of bodybuilders get on stage and they pose to background noise. I'm one of those bodybuilders that when I started bodybuilding, I was taught by a friend of mine that your music makes a statement. And with every song I choose, I choreograph my routine around that song. So I have a tendency to pose to slow, much more dramatic music, put more emphasis on my training, on my transitions, and actually hitting the pose more so than I do the brutality of bodybuilding and just background noise and hitting most muscular shots. I like to think as bodybuilding as a stage, and this is my art, and I'm putting it on display, and I want you to enjoy it more than anything else, rather than cringe and squirm in your seat as something that's gross or a little bit too brutal. I want it to look more as a work of art. Vibrata posed along the lines that I do. Bob Paris and of course John Brown and Vince Taylor. To me, that's much more artistic bodybuilding and presentation and posing. So my music tends to be a little bit slower, a little bit more romantic, and every song that I pose to has meaning. And so as I select my artists, you'll notice that most of these people, from Brian McKnight to Mariah Carey and Luther Vandross and John B. and Prince and Janet, they all sing a variety of slow songs. And again, I have a nice big selection in front of me and in back of me to choose and find something that will make a statement. And in New York, I plan on trying to make a statement. And I think the hardest part's not the diet, the hardest part's not the training, the tanning or the photo shoots, but actually when it gets to the nitty-gritty, the hardest part is my signature, and that signature comes in the form of a song and trying to find something that represents my personality and my charisma. So I'm trying to bang my head against the wall and find the right song, and I wish and hope that most bodybuilders put a little bit more emphasis and time in taking time to find something that's suitable, that represents their physique, so that we can all enjoy their physiques and their presentations as well. There's a few bodybuilders out there that I remember due to their posing routines and due to their songs. And I guess my song, my signature, started off back in 1987 with a performance to the Dream Girls. And this is it right here. I'm Telling You I'm Not Going. It was a Broadway performance, and I brought it to stage. And I think now when anybody hears the song I'm Telling You I'm Not Going in a bodybuilding form, they think of Shawn Ray. As well with Vince Taylor, he has I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly. So I like to put a stamp on it, and there's been very few bodybuilders that own a song. Phil Hill used Phantom of the Opera, and nobody can pose to Phantom of the Opera the way that Phil Hill did back in 1988 at the Mr. Olympia. And so there's memorable performances that are tied in to music. And so I'm trying to be selective and find something that not only I'll feel comfortable with, but that you'll enjoy. So we'll see what that'll be in about 4 more weeks.